Okay, y'all, another day, another clean. We are back in the new place, and today I'm going to focus on cleaning the primary bedroom prior to moving in about a week. So we also have Miss Kiki here today because she had a vet appointment, and I just need to keep an eye on her after her vaccines because she's had an allergic reaction in the past before, actually. So that's why she's here with me. Otherwise I wouldn't normally bring my dog for cleaning. And then it's just a whole room to get through. And then we have the ensuite here. And to be honest, it doesn't look too bad. Big shower here. Like, this glass isn't that bad. Like, the glass at our current place has much more soap scum and stuff in it. This looks like relatively new and not bad. And then big old sink area. Lots of cabinet space, which is nice, but you know, just a little more to clean. Toilet with a bidet that was left here, which is kind of gross. So that's something we're gonna look to remove. And I am not against bidets, but I think it's the fact that it was someone else's who we don't know that makes it just a little we don't want to use it. I don't know how sanitary that is. But anyways, let's dive in. I think we'll start with the windows, and then I actually have my steam mop. I ordered one on Amazon after I mentioned last time that I was interested in getting one. So we have one now, and I'm super excited to test it out on the walls. So let's go ahead and dive into this cleaning. Welcome to part 2 of my new home cleaning video series. If you haven't seen the first part, I will of course link it above for you to go check that out. But we are here today doing something very similar. The thing about move-in cleaning and move-in cleaning a bedroom is it's gonna be the same process as each room progresses. The methods aren't going to change too much, or the to-dos in each room isn't going to change too much because this is an empty room, of course. So just like I had done in my first move-in cleaning video, I am cleaning these blinds that I'm unfamiliar with. I'm used to like the more paper thin blinds, and these have more of like a thicker wooden material. And I went back in with a sponge on the method that I was doing before, but then I discovered a better way to do these. And that's all to say, there's not a perfect way of doing these, but just a better way than what I was doing before. So I took the rag between my hands and almost acted like a sock, like kind of gripped it two sides between my hands, and then you use the other hand to hold down the blind that you're cleaning, and you have to do it in sections, so like 4 sections because there's string separating these blinds from each other. As you can see a little closer here, you can see I'm holding down each blind individually and using that rag to get the top and the bottom of the blind. So that was my new method for doing those. I think it worked a lot better and took less time, even though it's still a time-consuming task. But I went through the windows in the bedroom, and then I also did the window in the bathroom here. I just didn't film that part. And since we're in the bathroom now, I'm going to clean out the inside of these cabinets that are built-in storage for this bathroom. And I'm trying a new cleaner here. It's the Everspring disinfecting spray, and it's some type of mint scent mixed in, and it doesn't smell great. It doesn't smell bad, but it's not my favorite scent. And I just wanted to, regardless, I wanted to use it. It's my first time using it. And I sprayed down the inside and the outside of the cabinets, and I actually went over them at least a second time, just because I don't know what was in these cabinets before. They looked relatively clean, but since this is a move-in cleaning, I wanted to get them as clean as possible because this is the cleanest they'll probably ever be before we start filling them up with stuff and items, accessories, but whatever it is, just wanted to make sure those drawers were as clean as possible. I'm like excited to figure out what's going to live in these drawers too, because in our current place there's like no drawers are under the cabinet storage, and I can't store like hair accessories or like hair curling tools or like flat iron and blow dryer. Like that all stays in the bedroom because there's no room in the bathroom right now. But I'm super excited to have this space to keep this stuff in here and get ready in the bathroom without having to walk to my Alex drawers in the bedroom. Regardless, after finishing that task, I just kind of cleaned up the area a little bit. That little black thing is my speaker, and I'm playing, unfortunately, copyright music, but that's what keeps me motivated through these cleans, honestly. Normally I like to put my headphones in and listen to YouTube videos or podcasts when I'm cleaning, but for some reason just blasting music through a speaker feels right here. So as I mentioned, I did end up picking up a steam cleaner from Amazon. I'll put the exact one on the screen, but this is the Bissell. I think it's like the Pro Clean or something along those lines. And I'm filling up with distilled water because my plan here is to steam clean the walls. But I figured before I go in with the steam cleaner, I am going to give it a base level clean with just the Swiffer and a dry cloth on there. Just the one that is designed for Swiffer. I just wanted to get a base level cleaning, get all of the potential dust particles, maybe cobwebs that have appeared on the wall. I just wanted to go through the walls and do that here first. This is kind of a fun part of cleaning, I will say, because it glides relatively smoothly and you're not putting too much force behind it, because all you're really doing is just picking up the dust. You're not like scrubbing here. It's kind of fun to do. Again, I feel like I'm painting the walls here, but just dusting. There you can see all the dust that gathered. Decent amount, honestly. Kind of gross. So I have my steam mop propped up, and this is when I started to realize that maybe it doesn't work like this, and maybe I didn't give enough time to this process, but because I think the water has to travel down that pipe, I was testing it on the floor to see if it would work because I wasn't seeing the water appear at all on the wall. And honestly, maybe it was, because it doesn't make like surfaces super saturated. Like that's not the point of this. So, but I figured maybe it was having difficulty reaching the end because of that. So I just put on just the attachment to make it shorter, and I figured maybe it could reach. And again, maybe it was, but I really wasn't seeing any results produced here. Plus this thing is kind of heavy with the water in it, and I had to start to reach up pretty far. Obviously the length of the walls is taller than me, so I knew I couldn't even reach every single part of the wall. So this is, I'm giving in here. I'm accepting defeat, and I just know I'm gonna have to figure out a alternative solution at this point. This isn't gonna work out for me as I had so intended. So instead I decided to take a pause on the walls and use the steam cleaner to kind of loosen up the dirt and the grime that was on the baseboards. And again, this was kind of one of the reasons why I wanted a steam cleaner, because I felt that these baseboards were dirty, but with just a all-purpose spray and a rag, I still wasn't getting up everything that I felt that I could. So I used a like more direct attachment here to really hone in on the baseboards and all of the cracks and crevices that are part of them. So I found a pretty good flow with this. I would blast the baseboards with the steam cleaner. You gotta stay like a couple inches away and just kind of move the steam cleaner back and forth just to loosen up, again, any dirt and grime that is on there. And hopefully with the heat of the steam cleaner, it was also disinfecting the area. Now I did realize if you leave it there for too long, it will start to remove the paint. So I had to be pretty cautious of that. But again, keeping it a couple inches away and blasting that steam at it, and then going in right after with the rag, was doing a pretty good job of getting up all that dirt, and it definitely made the baseboards look much cleaner. I know it's difficult to see on camera, of course, but to me they were looking so much better, and particularly these corners, they were tough to get and I had to spend a little bit longer of time on them. But once they were done, I felt so much better and pretty satisfied with the results. Now my back was hurting because I had to scoot along in this hunched over position. This was the optimal position for this cleaning activity, unfortunately, but we got it done. I think I even saw some scuff marks on the wall, and again, I would hit it with the steam for a couple seconds, not directly touching the wall, because again, that would start to take off the paint and I didn't want that, of course, but just blasting that hot air and giving it a good cleaning. Of course, Kiki was super curious about what's going on. She is a curious dog and she wants to know what's happening. Well, what am I doing to her space? So she followed me around for a little bit there. But yeah, again, I had to work in pretty small sections. I didn't want to go through a whole strip of wall and then let it cool. I'd rather just hit it with a rag while it's hot. Anyways, I went around the whole room and now we're returning to those walls. And my new plan of attack here is to just use a damp rag, just damp with water. And then I sprayed the walls with just plain vinegar. The only difference is that instead of putting like vinegar and water and dish soap into a bucket and then using that on the walls, I'm just simplifying the process by using an already damp rag and then just spraying the walls with vinegar. I did that because I didn't want to fill up an entire bucket at this point. I think at this point I knew I was only going to get to this room today, so I didn't want to have like a whole bucket of vinegar and water and just not use the whole thing. So this process just made sense to me. And unlike the dry rag, when the rag is wet, you definitely have to do a little bit more scrubbing, and especially when I see scuffs on the wall that I think can come out, I spend a couple moments there putting in a little bit more elbow grease, trying to get out what I can. You know the process. And I feel like this just again gives like a nice base level clean, just really freshens up the walls. And I also like that it's a natural way to do it. I do love using vinegar, and maybe it doesn't disinfect things, but it seems to be effective at least getting a base level of any dirt or just residual stuff left over off. Again, went through the entire room. I'm bummed that I couldn't use my steam cleaner for this. You know, maybe that's not its purpose to do walls. Its purpose is to kind of do floors and crevices where you can angle the steam cleaner in a optimal way, and I couldn't do that if I was reaching up and above. So my music choices throughout this cleaning process were definitely very varied. I would go on Spotify and search cleaning playlist and use like the Spotify recommended ones. I wonder if they're like curated to my music likes or if they're just the same for everyone. They had some good songs and then they had some misses, but it's hard to change the song when you're in the middle of cleaning. So then I just went to the vents here with my Dyson V15. Just wanted to get out any dust that may have been hanging there. And now that we've worked from the top, we are working on the bottom. So I'm giving this floor its first vacuum since I had access to the place. And giving the floors of the bedroom a quick vacuum with the Dyson V15. It did pick up a decent amount of dirt from this process. It's just so crazy to me to think that furniture is going to be in this room in just a few days' time. And then it'll be much harder to vacuum like this. Like, you can't get every area of the vacuum when there's furniture in the room. So I'm appreciating this time. So then we're going to use the steam cleaner for its intended use, and that would be to steam clean the floor. This is my first time doing this on the floors, and I was pretty excited. I know, how exciting is that to use a new cleaning tool and do a new cleaning method? I'm overjoyed, honestly. I just went through the room with this. Again, it does not get the surfaces super saturated, but you could still see like the water lines kind of appearing from this, and you can kind of feel and hear the steam escaping from this steam cloth. So it was doing the work. It was doing a good job. And the rag of the steam cloth got so dirty after. I can't believe how dirty this room was, and I feel like next time I'm going to have to invest in a mop and a mop bucket. Okay, y'all, that is going to wrap it up for cleaning weekend 2, day 1. So got a lot of stuff done in the bedroom. For some reason, I keep thinking I can do more than I actually end up doing, and I thought I would be able to clean the whole bathroom in there, but clearly did not get to that today. But here's how we're leaving the room for the day. Baseboards clean, room is all steam mopped, and then the bathroom still needs to be done. And then the walls are all clean. I'm gonna have to clean that mirror too, that's on the closet. And then something else I missed, I didn't do the doors or like the handles and stuff, but I also want to like wipe down the actual door and like high touch areas like this light switch here. A few more things to do, and probably going to end up like mopping again before moving, because like I think people are gonna walk through here again, but you know, we're taking it day by day. And yeah, I mean, stuff got done. Was it everything I wanted to get done? No, but did we do a good job? Well, I think so. I think the baseboards look significantly better. So anyways, I will see you tomorrow or in our next cleaning video. So that is where I'm going to wrap up this video. I spent the next day cleaning very similarly, doing the baseboards and vacuuming the floors and then steam cleaning them. So it's a very repetitive process, and the home is almost ready for move-in, so definitely stay tuned on my channel for more move-in videos and cleaning inspiration. I post new videos on a weekly basis. If you like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to see more from me, and I will see you in the next one.